What's up, squad? Today I want to go over a DIY target for your airsoft replicas made out of stuff that you can find laying around.
You can see the riding on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always, they need a new replacement.
So first off, we're going to need a couple of things here. I happen to be using some old milk crates, but you can use cardboard boxes, you can use trash cans, anything you think that is not going to shatter if you hit it with a BB. Second thing you're going to need, for me personally, I like to use some old t-shirts that I knew I was going to throw away or donate, and a pair of scissors. For me personally, I like to use zip ties because I know they're going to last, but I've also used that material, the stuff that you use to tie up grocery bags for produce at the grocery store, as well as duct tape. Duct tape would work just fine as well. So we're going to be running this G&G Combat Machine CM16 Raider that I tweaked up into a pair that I've been kind of working with, and I'll show you the drawbacks to the small size. But what I like to use them for is for practicing follow-up shots and transitions, and hopefully you can find some use out of them for yourself as well. So as you can see, we've got our milk crates here set up at about 3 yards. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our replica, and at about this distance, you're going to notice some shortcomings as well as some advantages. So first thing I will say is it does a really good job at trapping or stopping the BBs from getting through and harming anything. And the reason I like that is, well, I'm in my barn, not much can go wrong, but you still don't want to accidentally get a ricochet too close to a window. You want to be able to stop the BBs. So here we go. Here's our first round in the bottom target, which is basically just a few layers of angled t-shirts. You'll notice that it does a good job stopping them, not a stellar job trapping them. Now the trap at the top has cut and shredded t-shirts. So it's a little different, and what it does really well is it wants to trap and hold them. However, because there are no angled t-shirts in the back of it, it has a tendency to want to, if it doesn't trap them, it spits them back out. And you're also going to hear, because I didn't put anything before the back of the milk crate, it has a tendency to also hit the milk crate. Here we go. Does a much better job at trapping them. Now, I'm going to work over the next few weeks to try my best and fuse this idea between the two and come up with a proper catching target, and that way I have 3 that I can work on transition drills and shooting from different angles and all kinds of cool stuff whilst it's 20 degrees or 10 degrees in my barn over the winter. So if you're close up on the first one, the bottom one here, you'll notice that I have clip holding basically just some loose cut t-shirts. Now, I initially tried to just do this with the loose t-shirts, but when I would shoot it, the t-shirts were too heavy. So as a quick fix, I took this clip and I clipped it to the bottom here. Sorry for the, and I put it back here. And what that did was it angled the t-shirt. But as you can see, there's plenty of gappage where it doesn't want to necessarily trap. So on the second go, I took a bunch of t-shirts and I shredded them up. I put one t-shirt, basically sits over top of the trap, and I cut a hole in the front of the t-shirt. And then I took another t-shirt and I snipped it up. And then I either duct taped or I zip tied it to the top of the milk crate. You could do that to cardboard or to whatever, so you can punch holes in it and create layering effects. Now, I could do this with 2 or 3 more t-shirts and I bet you it'd be very effective. Or I could combine the 2 ideas, an angled, solid, well, semi-solid, supple wall in the back of the bottom one, with a bunch of these shredded pieces up front from the top one, and I bet you a combination of these 2 things will make the perfect target. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Remember not to take yourselves too seriously out there. Remember, this is a fun game, and we're trying to have some fun with our friends. So remember, stay safe out there.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times